in YouTube land, we're going to do what most of y'all would have done probably for Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, we'll wait for the party.
We're a little late for the party, but we're going to show you what she and I would have done for Super Bowl Sunday if either one of us liked football, and we don't. I know the name of the team that won simply because I was watching Sean Hannity and he was rooting for the other team. I don't remember what it was. So I voted for the Eagles. I said the Eagles are going to win. And everybody laughed at me because I said that. They ain't going to win. I said, yeah, they are because nobody else believes in them. I do. I did not watch the game. I did not find out until about 11 o'clock that night that the Eagles won. And I cheered for the Eagles, even though I didn't watch it, even though I hate football. So Sean Hannity, I love you, bud, but I voted against you. That's about the only thing I voted against him on. He's good. But we've got a whole kettle of chicken wings here. She's going to fill that up with water, and we're going to boil it with some butter and some Montreal chicken seasoning until it's almost tender. And then we're going to do barbecue. I love barbecued chicken wings. But you just put enough water in it to cover them. And then you add a stick of butter. And this time I'll measure this. I don't normally measure people most of the time. I just pour it in and guess. But we're trying to make a cookbook. So we got to kind of start measuring. We got to go back through all of these recipes we've done. And we're going to do this next week. We're going to pre-record next week's video. Well, this is.
No, this is for this week.
This is for this week.
Tomorrow.
Pardon me, I'm not very good with things. And tomorrow we're going to do a recipe. My doctor is Romanian. And it's coming up, Happy Valentine's Day. And by the way, Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And we're going to make a cookie. I told Phyllis to go online, find Romanian desserts. And I said, pick the easiest one you can find because I don't know how to cook Romanian style. But we're going to make these cookies. We'll put the recipe up next week if Dr. Bickford says that they are true to the Romanian culture. We'll be taking them to her tomorrow afternoon. And our royal taste tester will be here to taste them. And if they're online, if that video is online next week, you'll know that Dr. Bickford approved. If they're not, you'll know she said, you done something wrong here. We need to correct that. Then after we get a correction on it on how to do it, then we'll put it online. But I'm going to use just probably a tablespoon. Well, a tablespoon should be enough for that small of an amount. But you know me, when I say tablespoon, it's a tablespoon and a half. But that's just me.
Every little bit.
With that, every little bit helps. But you just let them come to a boil. Ooh, we gotta get it off that, or that one's the only one gonna have any. See, look at that.
I know.
Boy, yeah. Gotta get that stirred in there so that not just one will have it, but all of them. We like having fun with cooking. Just like if you see me coming in here wearing my nightgown, it's because I want to have a sorry day in the kitchen, even if it is on camera. I always wear my house shoes. Can't help myself. I don't like wearing shoes in the house, period. I don't even like wearing house shoes, but I do it on camera because I got ugly feet. Kind of reminds me of that song, Never Marry an Ugly Girl. Or Always Marry an Ugly Girl.
Yeah, if you want to be happy for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you gotta, there's one verse in that Always Marry an Ugly Girl. It says, always marry an ugly girl. She'll have to drink from a special cup. She's got a great big upper lip, but her lower lip covers it up.
I think we're thinking of a different song.
You're thinking of one, and I'm thinking of an oldie.
Well, the one I'm thinking of is an older one, but.
Well, this one came out in the 50s.
Yeah.
My brother Harlan used to sing it all the time. He was married to a beautiful, skinny, dark-skinned woman and sung that song every week that he played. He used to play in all kinds of bars and stuff, and he quit playing in bars when he got saved. But he was hilarious. And people, if you want to get a really funny, if you want to really laugh, my brother Harlan, just before he died, it was only maybe a year before he died. It was just before he found out about his cancer. He put out a video. He was doing a song he wrote called Senior Moments. And if you want to laugh, watch the video of Harlan Flannery, Senior Moments. The last verse, he had a senior moment literally on camera, and they kept it in it. That's what made it funnier than the song that he had on the CD. But it gives you a sense of his humor. And he wrote the song, and it was so good. But you want to laugh, look up Harlan Flannery Senior Moments. Flannery, Flannery. Okay, we will be back shortly. We've let these boil for about 10 minutes till they started getting tender. Now we're going to put them on the baking sheet. And even if it pokes through the aluminum foil we're going to put on it, that ain't going to hurt them. Because the only thing that's going to poke through is the part you hold to the handle anyway.
You're sticking me.
Yep, they're hugging each other. But now the wings I chose have a lot of meat.
I had a bubble on it too. These are big wings.
Yeah, these are huge wings.
And a big chicken.
Hopefully it wasn't an old chicken. Oh man, she's getting two together there again. Now we always use Jack Daniel's honey barbecue sauce. You can use whatever sauce you want. Some people prefer Sweet Baby Ray's, but me, I like the Jack Daniels. It's the first barbecue sauce ever I found that I like. We could almost make dumplings in that. It's a thought, just a thought. I'll let her open these bottles because the strength in my hand and the great hands is not the greatest today. And they really seal up these bottles so nobody can tamper. And some people baste it. I like to just pour it over it. I want plenty of barbecue sauce on my wings. And just cover your wings with the barbecue sauce, even the parts that's going to poke. Because that way it'll be finger licking good. You can lick the barbecue sauce that's on the pokey part of the wing after you're done eating the wing. And it'll probably take a bottle and a half, maybe a quarter. Because I am definitely not selfish with the barbecue sauce.
No skimping here.
No way.
That was a little thicker. Right?
Yeah, this is a whole lot thicker. That other just poured real easy. This is so thick it ain't funny.
And Logan.
But the other one was sitting closest to the
Oh yeah, that probably is why.
to the heat, and my guess is it thinned it down. I didn't either until just now. So people keep your barbecue sauce away from the heat, or it'll thin it down too much. So we're going to end up using 2 bottles because that one got a little too warm. But that's why I bought 2 bottles, was in case I needed it.
Nobody can say you're selfish with the barbecue.
No, they can't. If they try, me and them's going to get in a fight. Okay, now we're going to cover this with aluminum foil. Put it in the oven on 400. Let's go sideways. That is a little bit warm back there.
Yeah, if I was moving this, I was like, what's going on that side?
I can't help it. I love that stuff. When I found out Jack Daniels was coming out with a barbecue sauce, I started laughing. I said, I can see it now. Every wino in town going around chugging a bottle of Jack Daniels.
It didn't really have that much Jack Daniels in this one. Just enough to give it a little bit of flavor.
I hate whiskey, but it is good in this. Okay, we're going to bake this for probably an hour and then we'll be back. Okay, Peach, we washed our hands good. Well, she's getting ready to, but I washed mine first, even though she's the one that's going to be handling the pan. And I did my dishcloth. That is wet. And bless her heart, she made me some Keurig coffee. Here you
The
go.
Keurig's doing all the work.
Yeah, the Keurig's doing all the work. We didn't have to do nothing but put the pot in.
Push a couple buttons.
Yep. I swear I want to make dumplings in that broth. But I know that it's probably a little too seasoned. I'm still going to do it. I am not wasting that chicken broth. Peeps, I talk to myself all the time about what I'm going to do with what. I hate to waste anything. And it would be really sad to waste that broth. It looks too good. Okay, we're going to check, and if these are falling apart, that's the way we want them. Oh, they smell so good, don't they, Phyllis?
And barbecue.
Okay. Here we go for the test. Oh, those are good and done. We could maybe turn them over in the sauce and bake them about another 10 minutes. That way both sides will be good and coated and tasty. Because it always seems to run to the bottom, don't it, peeps? Oh my gosh, they smell so wonderful, that broth. The sauce. You cannot beat JD Barbecue. It's the best stuff ever I put in my mouth. And I did not even like barbecue sauce until they started making the Jack Daniels. And I don't like whiskey, but it has a place in everyday life, and it's called barbecue and chicken wings. Or barbecue and anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, people. These are falling apart.
Yeah, you might not be able to flip them.
Yeah, my guess is I'm just going to have to
Just
put the barbecue sauce over it after I get it on the platter. So let's grab that platter. We wanted to bake you just a little longer, but we couldn't pick
little chickies.
my little baby chickies. They so prettyful. I'm gonna let you do this. I'm having a hard time. You might ought to use a mitt, yeah, because that's gonna come off on your belly, and you don't want that. That barbecue sauce would not be good on your belly. The dog would love it. You could lay down and let the dog lick it off, but it's scalded you pretty bad. Oh, people, these look so good. And smells so good.
Yeah, look, it's falling.
Oh, yes. That's the way we like it. I like my chicken falling off the bone. I've ate chicken at places where the chicken was a little too tough and it was pink inside, and I get upset with that. You are supposed to cook meat until it's done. There should not be no pink. There should not be no blood running out of it. I'm sorry if some of you like yours rare and medium rare, but I don't cook that way. If I ever remarried, I guarantee you the guy would be upset with me and the way I cook. The reason I'm divorced is because my ex-husband hated my cooking, and I said, fine. Find somebody who's cooking you might like. No, that wasn't the whole reason, but
That's just a joke.
it's a joke that I think everybody should joke about their life. If you find something funny, and you can laugh. It helps you to stay healthier. The Bible tells us that laughter does the heart better than medicine. That's the reason I love to laugh. Oh my gosh. We're going to have plenty to pour. What we'll do is pour it into a bowl and let people dip into it. I think that'd work.
Yeah, there's plenty of barbecue in there.
Yeah, and it'd be a shame to waste it too.
Oh.
And she's doing a real good job coating both sides.
It made it.
It made it to the plate.
It tried to escape,
But now, if I loved football, this would be our Super Bowl game day meal. I don't even like anything with my barbecued chicken wings. That's all I want is chicken wings. Now let's pour this. I will hold it up and let you scrape it into the bowl. How's that? And the mittens. I love my little Cuisinart mittens. Or as Ashley used to say, Cuisinart, because she couldn't figure out how it could be Cuisinart. I had to have her watch a commercial where they said Cuisinart.
there's even a couple of pieces of chicken in it.
Yeah. That ain't gonna hurt it. That just gonna make the dip better. So see, none of this barbecue sauce will be wasted because it'll be used for dip. Now, I will be making dumplings out of the broth because show them that broth. That broth is too good to, it looks too good to waste.
Turn it up.
Oh, don't.
Dumping it.
See, it's got the butter, it's got the broth, it's got the seasoning. We don't have to put any seasoning in our dumplings because it's already there. And I love plain dumplings where it's just the chicken, broth, butter, and salt and pepper. And of course, you know, the flour that comes off of the dumplings when you get them rolled out and put them in there, that thickens it. But I also love putting more flavor to it than what it would have had if it was just dumplings. Because I love flavoring. I really do. And I'm one who, I always try to improve on my cooking. I don't take it and say, oh, that's great, we're just going to keep it this way. A lot of times you can add something that will make it even better. Now, we're going to do 2 videos this week, and we're going to put this one up today, and we'll have another one for next week that we're going to do tomorrow. Because everybody's wanting me to make a cookbook. So Phyllis and I have decided that we're going to do a Kathy's Kitchen cookbook. We'll be doing it on Amazon, letting Amazon put it together and publish it for us. That way it's free for publishing. They get their money when anybody buys a cookbook. And of course I'm going to order a hard copy. I'm not going to order a copy for an online cookbook. I like having the pages to flip through. But I hope that all y'all buy you one. That way you don't have to keep going back and forth between videos for like how to make the biscuits or how to make something else that is on two different videos. So I hope you all buy a cookbook. I don't know how much they'll cost. But
It depends on what we set the price at.
well, yeah, I think they set the
No,
price.
we'll have to set the price.
We will try to keep it cheap.
You gonna try them?
Of course, I want to try some. We're our royal
Yeah, we
taste
don't have a royal
testers
taste
for
tester.
today. I might be able to get Ash to come and taste.
I don't know.
She's in
She's
there
busy.
screaming, as Harmon says.
Mm-hmm.
Streaming,
It's cool,
he
it's cool
called
down.
it screaming.
I picked off a piece with the fork.
Yeah, it's still very hot. But it tastes so good.
I just pulled a piece off with the fork.
People, it's finger licking good. I thought I heard somebody. I'm dipping mine. Perfect. That is sheer perfection. It's so tender it melts in your mouth. But that is today's video. Okay,
Try one.
grab you a wing.
What's that? This is what we
That's
boiled
good
the chicken.
broth, and we're gonna make dumplings in it probably. It's falling apart.
That's fine. That's good. We like falling apart wings.
It's the only way I like them.
The meat just falls right off.
Is that not good?
It's very good.
And it's moist.
Mm-hmm.
Tender.
So tender. Really so tender. Now, wouldn't that be a good Super Bowl Sunday meal if you like Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm. Even if you don't like Super Bowl.
Yeah, we could.
If you just go to Super Bowl parties for the food.
We could use that as an excuse to fix them every year. And Ashley is one peeps that she's not like Mikey. She doesn't love anything. But that was awesome.
That's very good chicken wings.
We
Very
will
good barbecue sauce.
We will be back with you next week, even though it's going to be filmed tomorrow. You will see it next week if Dr. Bickford puts her stamp of approval on what we're fixing, because it's a Romanian dessert. It's not something that I've ever heard of,
No.
and it's going to be difficult to fix, I'm afraid, but because you can't over knead whatever it is, the dough, and we're just praying on that one. So keep us in prayer that it turns out good. But we will be with you again tomorrow, yet next week. Because we're going to be working on the cookbook, so we're pre-recording a video for next week. But hopefully, once we get the cookbook done, you guys will buy it and be able to go by what's written there. And usually that's, to me, easier than doing it by video, because you got to keep pausing the video. But until then, keep us in prayer. We love all y'all out there. And thank you for those of you who have subscribed to my channel. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing something right. And God bless all y'all.